Hi, I'm Josh and I cook a lot. What if I told you that most of the foods that you buy in a store could easily be homemade? I'm gonna show you how to make fresh pasta, ranch dressing, and salsa verde, and we're gonna see if it's worth it or not. Since I have to let the pasta rest before I actually roll it out, we're gonna get started with the pasta first. And at the end, we're gonna blind taste test all of these to see if it's worth it or not. Super simple pasta recipe for fresh pasta, double O flour. You can get away with using AP, but I highly recommend using double O. 1 cup of flour, 1 egg, a dash of salt, dash of water, good to go. Who doesn't love fresh pasta? But at the same time, store-bought, really high quality, slow dried pasta like the one from Seggiano here is also absolutely delicious every single time. I kept it super simple here. Sauce is only made up of olive oil, garlic, black pepper, Parmesan, and butter, and a little bit of pasta water as well to kind of emulsify that sauce. So you could really taste the texture and the quality of the noodles themselves. We have linguine, and then our homemade linguine. So let's taste it, see if making your own pasta is actually worth it, or is it just easier to go to a store and buy it? First up, we have the store-bought Seggiano brand linguine. They specialize in heritage grains from Italy, slow dried, bronze dye, everything you're looking for in a really high quality pasta. So let's start here. Now, that's delicious. There's also a major difference in making fresh pasta versus buying it from the store. When you're cooking store-bought noodles, you're looking for it to be al dente with a little bite. When making fresh pasta, there's no such thing as cooking it al dente. You want to cook it through. The texture is totally different. It's very silky, smooth, just totally different than store-bought. Now, store-bought is what I normally do here at the house. You know, making your own pasta, it does take time. You have to make the dough, you have to rest it. You can speed it up a little bit like we do at the kitchen for our catering company when we make our fresh pasta dough, we vacuum seal it, 5 minutes later you can start rolling it out. It's not the case here. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, it does take at least 30 minutes for that dough to rest. So there is a time factor. You know, you could buy homemade pasta, boil it, and you're done. You're not having to wait, not having to do any of that. But is the flavor overall better making yourself? Let's see. So here's our homemade pasta. As you can see, the color's a little bit different. But like I said, same sauce for both, super simple sauce. Right off the bat, it's much lighter looking, a lot more smooth. And like I said, there's no al dente with this. This is gonna be a lot different mouthfeel. So let's try it out. This is a tough one. Both are delicious. Everyone loves a simple pasta dish like this. Butter, parm, olive oil, garlic, black pepper, a little bit of pasta water. This one's tough. I gotta taste both again. Let's see. A little bit more store-bought. And then once again, they're homemade. This one is so tough. I gotta go homemade. The texture is just so much different. There's nothing wrong with this store-bought one, but making it yourself, there's just something really cool about making fresh pasta. I love doing it. I don't do it enough, honestly. I gotta start making it with the kids, but yeah, make it yourself. But let me know what you think. On to salsa verde. I got all my ingredients here. We have tomatillos, jalapeno, serrano, garlic, white onion. We're gonna boil it all, puree it with a little bit of cilantro, and we're gonna see if it's worth it or not to make it, or just go out and buy some really good Salsa Sanchez. We have Mexican style salsa verde, one of my favorite dips. To go with it, you gotta have corn tortilla chips. Now, I'm not doing a blind taste test. I'm keeping it in here for this one because store-bought salsa verde, you typically find the roasted kind, which is good, but I really like my salsa verde boiled. So just like you saw in the video, you boil all the ingredients, puree it, add salt, a little bit of cilantro, and in my opinion, that's the best way to go. Not saying that there's anything wrong with this one, I just like the boiled better. It's brighter flavor. It is, I don't know, I feel like you could just taste more of the ingredients. So let's try it out. First, let's go store-bought. Salsa Sanchez, really good brand. That's gonna be tough to beat. It's a really, really good salsa. Super simple ingredients. Not adding the citric acid like you find in a lot of them. But I always find the consistency a little bit off. It's never really pureed enough. I like it super smooth. So let's try my version. Easy answer here. This, $6. This, $1. And I have a lot more of this. The whole thing cost me a little bit over $2, and I made triple the amount of this. Super easy to make. You may not have like the ranch, the ingredients ready to go, but if you're already going to the store, just buy the ingredients, you boil them, puree them, and you have your perfect salsa verde. This one's an easy one for me. Make it yourself. ranch, America's favorite condiment. This one's gonna be tough. I feel like people who love ranch, they always go towards Hidden Valley. But I'm gonna show you a really simple, easy way to make ranch. It takes about 2 minutes. You don't even have to go to the store and get it. You probably have most of the ingredients already in your kitchen, so let's make it. All right, so my videographer took both ranches, the one that I made out of the bowl, put it in a separate bowl, and same thing with the store-bought ranch, put it in a separate bowl, kind of mix them around. I have no idea which one's which. I can kind of get an idea, but I went with the store-bought one that also includes fresh herbs so that it really looks as similar as possible. So for my homemade one, we have your 3 basic ingredients that you gotta start with. Buttermilk, mayo, and sour cream. Then I add a little bit of white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of salt, and then some fresh herbs. We got dill, chives, and parsley. You can also go a little bit further. You can add some lemon zest, some lemon juice, a little bit of vinegar if you'd like it a little bit more vinegary. I don't, I think you get enough acidity from the sour cream. So let's taste test it. I just got some raw carrots here. So on my left, we're gonna go here first. Let's see, good consistency. Just thick enough, but also thin enough to use as a salad dressing. Got a little bit more. All right, next up. I have a feeling that one was mine. When you make homemade ranch, you wanna make it at least 30 minutes before you taste it, because you gotta let those spices, the garlic powder, the onion powder, even the fresh herbs, really bloom into that mixture of the buttermilk, the sour cream, and the mayo, because it's cold. So it's gonna take a while to let, marinate and get all the flavors out. I have a feeling that was mine, but still really good. I'm gonna guess this is the store-bought one. The chives and the parsley and the dill, a little bit more finely chopped than mine. I don't really like to finely chop them. I feel like they can get kind of grassy tasting if you do. So let's give this one a try. Kind of the same consistency too. Delicious. I mean, ranch is one of those things where you're buying Hidden Valley, Ken's, this brand, which is Toby's, which is the one that we get sometimes at the house. They all kind of taste good. I mean, we're on the West Coast. We dip our pizza crust in it, chicken tenders, fries, everything. So, bottom line is it worth it to make ranch? I think it comes down to 2 things. The price, the price to make it, and the ease of making it. Price-wise, Toby's right here. It's a really high quality ranch, but this is $9. For the same amount of ranch, I'm gonna guess this is mine, same amount of ranch, this cost me a little under $2. And as you can see in the video, it took all of about a minute and a half to make. It's super quick. You can make way more, get a lot more bang for your buck. But like I said, store-bought ranches are still really, really good. So is it worth it? I would say yeah. As long as you make it 30 minutes in advance, you're good to go. Let me know what you think.